where I read a bunch of Reddit stories. We're going to have a ha-ha kiki moment. I'm going to give my unsolicited advice and opinion. If you would have took my little bum buns down. What? What, baby? What? Ugh. Y'all already know what's up. Please don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and of course, like, add your commentary down below. So anyways, the topic for today, when I tell you, you know how you just go on Reddit and you just kind of get lost. You get lost in the rabbit hole of things, right? We got lost. I made it to the kink section. So for obvious reasons, I'm not going to be able to post this on TikTok because I'm not trying to get my shit banned if you guys follow me from TikTok. But we're definitely going to dive deep into this conversation because I was astonished. Okay, so this is the one. So the first subreddit is Ask Reddit, and the question is, which kink deserves to be shamed? Right? Right. Listen to this. When I tell you, my mouth dropped. When I tell you, I was shook. I was shook at all of this bull. So this person goes on to say, lots are weird, but ones that harm people physically or emotionally should be shamed. So basically they're saying like any of that should be shamed for a kink shaming. Okay, right, whatever. Okay. But then this person goes on to say, on an emotional side, I have met a man before through work whose whole kink was wife chasing. But then they go on to say, he would try to do the deed with someone's wife, then not wash himself, seek out the husband at their job, and try and strike up a conversation, and then try to proceed and shake that individual's hands with them. And with his hand that had been unwashed and still had the wife's, you know, I know I should not be laughing at this, but this is just one of those things that's just so dark that I have no words. Because how does an individual come up with something so messed up psychologically in the head? First off, let's really go through this. So not only are you putting in the work to find someone that is married, right? Like, you have to find someone that is married and then convince them to step out of that marriage and do the deed with them. Right. Okay. And then not only do you leave it at, you don't stop there, you don't stop there, but then you take it another step further. And then you go out of your way to not bathe yourself, which is disgusting. Because how long does that last? Like, how many days are we going without washing ourselves to find the husband? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if that lasts a week? Like, what if you can't find the husband for a week? So that means you have someone else's essence on your body for a whole week until you can find the husband. And then once you find the husband, you have to be all buddy and chummy, get them feeling relaxed enough to shake their hand. That's crazy. That's some psycho stuff. So then the person goes on to say, he brought this up to me and a couple other guys in a restaurant like it was a normal conversation. No one knew what to say. Surprised he's not murdered. I mean, because seriously though, that's crazy. That's so crazy. I'm so sorry because I'm really like, that's just crazy. Can you imagine being the wife that cheated on her husband, right? And then finding out that the person that you cheated on him with came to go find your partner just to strike up a conversation? The way my guilt would be eating me up alive. Crazy. So there is the edit. They say, I don't know how much this guy had done it. It didn't sound like more than a few. And then, no, the wives weren't told he was going to do that. And no, he didn't tell the husbands what he just did. He did it and left. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. It's still the same subreddit, still the same question. Just someone else is giving their difference of opinion in regards to the kink shame. This one is crazier than the last one. So this person says kinks that should be shamed is necrophilia. And necrophilia is basically where an individual wants to sleep with a body, a deceased body, a non-existent body, someone that has passed away. Like they want to do the deed. If you're picking up when I put it down. So this person goes on to say, as an EMT, you spend a massive amount of time with one person. You learn so much over time. You know how they order their coffee, where they prefer to eat, their hobbies, where they grew up, their romantic life, and more than you would ever need to know about their intimacy life. You also develop a dark sense of humor. My partner of 5 years had been going out with their girlfriend over a year. We got into the subject of necrophilia somehow. He wanted to try it before he died because it wouldn't do him much good after. I laughed because I thought he was joking. His laugh seemed a bit forced. He followed that saying, the dead can't say no. And we laughed and I didn't think anything of it. A month later, he seemed to be in an excellent mood, like he always was, when he got laid. I asked if he had a good night and his face lit up while he confirmed he did indeed have sex. He did indeed do the deed with his girlfriend. Jesus. I was about to ask where he wanted to get breakfast when he said excitedly that they tried something new. I didn't really want to know, but he was so eager to share. I feigned interest so I wouldn't hurt his feelings. He told me that his girlfriend had agreed to pretend to be dead while he had his way with her. It wasn't that he thought it would be. He said it made him feel like he was, doing the deed with someone that was sleeping. He told her about his disappointment and they wanted to try again. They found a suggestion and agreed to try it. He explained about how they got a couple of bags of ice and filled the tub with cold water and emptied the ice in the said bathtub. Poor girl got in and played dead as best as she could. When she started shivering, he lifted her out, towed her off, and proceeded to just satisfy himself. I don't know how to react, so I just laughed. I didn't say anything, and I think he understood that that was something I did not want to hear. Things were pretty awkward at breakfast. We finally got sent a call, and things mostly went back to normal. Thankfully, we never talked about it again. That's so strange to me. That's really, sometimes I really wonder when it comes down to like people's like kinks, and I just really wonder how some people get into it, especially dark kinks. Like, how does one wake up and be like, you know what? I want to do something that is no longer here. I want to do someone that's no longer amongst the living. Like, how do you see a body and say, you know what? That is something that I want to explore. Like hearing his reasoning where he said, yeah, like a deceased person can't say no. I kind of find that sick because it kind of makes me think of like non-consensual, intimacy and yeah. Woo. Then this is the crazy part. Someone goes on to say, I actually saw a medical case in which the lady had an unidentified bacteria, as in it wasn't from any known STD or infection. And the doctors just couldn't figure out what was going on. Turned out her husband worked at a morgue. And was doing the deed with the corpses. And it was the people, the body, it was a dead person's body decomposing type of bacteria. It was a whole business too, pimping the bodies. So that, oh my gosh. See, I remember this right here, my little heart can't handle. This actually infuriates the hell out of me. And if y'all came from TikTok, y'all watch my videos, y'all know I made a video about watching Snapped. It was like an old show that used to come on Oxygen where ladies were going to jail, not even jail, prison, because they unalived, they unalived their husband or their partner. And I said, some of them I can understand. I understand why they did what they did. Is it right? No, but I do understand it. Baby, when I tell you that right there, this right here, getting an infection, not even an STD, but an infection from a body decomposing on that ass, in my ovaries, my uterus, just infecting me too, baby, I would have lost my mind. Baby, I would have been ensnapped. That would have been a whole episode. Do you feel me? Because that right there don't make no damn sense. No damn sense. And now, with that being said, I think I'm done with this particular subreddit. This is just a little too much for my heart. So we're just gonna go to like lighter kinks and just, fun story time, because this is just too much. So the next subreddit is Ask Reddit. And the question is, what is the weirdest thing someone asked you to do? What is this? Oh, to do during the deed. Okay. So it was Halloween, and some of my friends and I decided to cross-dress as Charlie Angels. I ordered a vintage 70s tennis dress from eBay and I bought a cheap wig. My girlfriend came over before the party and put makeup on me. After the party, we went back to my apartment. She told me to stay dressed as a woman while we fooled around. I mentally shrugged and went with it. The next time she was over, she requested that I put on the wig and the tennis dress again. Not one to argue, I went with the flow. The next time she was over, she arrived with shopping bags, women's clothing in my size, and a much better quality wig. I sensed things were getting out of hand. And I didn't particularly like dressing up as a woman, but it seemed to really arouse her. She would look at me and her face would glaze over in a look of lust. Soon it evolved to the only way we would be intimate was when I was dressed as a woman. Things came to an end when I emerged from the bathroom one evening and she was sporting a robust strap-on. I declined. She got very angry after all that I did and called me a prude. I don't have any. See, okay, so unfortunately, when it comes to like different kinks and like stuff that people want to do in bed, I really don't have a lot of commentary. I truly don't. Because at the end of the day, this right here is not harming anybody. He was okay until he wasn't okay. And then when he wasn't okay, she called him a prude. I guess I can talk about that, because how are you going to call someone a prude when honestly, he was doing everything that he possibly could to appease her. Like he said he didn't really care for wearing a dress, but he still did it just, for her and put that wig on his head. I'm actually curious, like, is she into cross-dressing? Or does she low-key want to be with a woman? That's very interesting. Do they elaborate? Yeah, see, someone thought the same thing that I was thinking. They said, does it end with her coming out as gay or something? See, that's a very curious satisfaction. So then the next one goes, a previous girlfriend once moaned her own name while she came. Weirdest and funniest thing I've ever heard. She could never really explain why. Wait a minute. How into yourself do you have to be to call out your own name? Can you imagine, like, you are being intimate with your partner, like you're on top, you know what I'm trying to say? Like you're on top, giving her the business, and you're like really putting in work, and she literally, as she's proceeding to sing, she calls out her own name. I'll be like, Trick, girl, I got you there. How you gonna call out your own name when I got you there? How does that work? Where do we do that at? Because without me, this wouldn't have happened the way this happened. in. She'd be like, babe, do you want to do the deed? I'm like, no, no, I think we're okay. I think we're okay for today. Babe, do you want to do it? No, not today, babe. I caught a cramp in my leg. I'm not feeling it. Well, babe, what about, no, oh, my back hurt. The way I would be coming up with so many excuses, because what the hell? Okay, so I was off camera. I was just literally going through these and I was just reading them. So I feel like, because I've been having a good little laugh, so I feel like I should just record myself as I go through these and just read them out loud, because this is funny. Yeah. So someone said, well, I'm trying to find it. So I'm seeing a lot of knife play on here, and I find that crazy as hell. I'm not gonna say crazy, but I think me personally, if I was, to be in the moment doing the deed with my partner, and someone was like, are you interested in knife play? I would be concerned. I'd be concerned. Because you know how guys, like some guys, like when they get worked up, sometimes like they just take things too far sometimes. And I feel like in that moment in time, I don't want to see what you could possibly do the moment you get worked up with a knife in your hand. Because baby, if you stab me, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. But anyways, this was one that just really had me cracking up. So this person goes on to say, a girl I knew has a boyfriend that asked her to pee in his mouth. And she was so nervous, she pooped a small nugget raisin. she pooped a small nugget raisin on his face. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. And then this person goes on to say, oh my God, I'm sick. This person says, when my ex wanted to swallow. This person says, when my ex wanted to swallow my sailors. Not the sailors. When my ex wanted to swallow my sailors, she said, oh Lord, okay. When my ex wanted to swallow my sailors, she would say, give me my chicken and dumplings. The person said it was odd, but never threw me off. I would be mortified. I think if I was a dude, that would probably drive me up so fast. Like, I have no words. I have no words. I don't have no commentary. All I have to give you right now is just laughter. Ooh. This person says, my now wife, then girlfriend of 1 week, told me to spit on her face and slap her, then proceeded to cry when I did it. So that was interesting. Again, I have no words. I have no words. Maybe she just wanted to test the boundaries. You know how sometimes you just have to do it just to see if you would like it, just so you can say no. Maybe that was her moment in time. Like, you spit on my face and then you slap me. But you know what? It worked out for him because now they're married. So there's that. There's that. Oh Lord. So yeah, that's where we're just gonna close out. I'm sorry I didn't really have too much of an opinion or a little commentary. All that I gave you today was just laughter. Let me know in the comments if y'all want to hear more about people's like kink, fetishes and all that great stuff. Just let me know. Let me know.